Hey world, this is Dolphin Doug in Juneau. Today we're gonna go for a drive. And I'm just gonna put this camera up here on my dash. We're outside of the Mount Juneau Tram. I'm doing it from here because any of you guys that come up here on a cruise ship, this is the drive you could take if you happen to live here. It's just a way of you getting to see town a little bit better than you might have otherwise. And we can talk about what it is like to live in Juneau. But this is not the most beautiful afternoon anymore. Well, the challenge is, even though it's 4:10 in the afternoon, I do believe the sun has set behind the mountains. It just set. And so it's not officially sunset because official sunset, yep, sun just set behind the mountains. There you go, 4:10 in the afternoon. It's not officially sunset for another couple of hours. This is the equinox, so it's a 12-hour day. But I tell you what, Juneau's a lot darker than where you are on a 12-hour day. If you look around, you can see there's a lot of mountain. Juneau is on the, faces somewhat south. The town of Douglas we're going to is on the other side of the channel, and it faces mostly north. So it's been dark in Douglas for a couple of hours now. Maybe an hour and a half. I don't know exactly. I don't live in Douglas, even though they did name the town after me, of course. And it's on my island, Douglas Island. Yes, indeed. If you're rich and famous and successful and powerful and hungry and you convince other people to agree with you, they'll name an island after you in Alaska. I've got kids that have islands named after them too. You just have to be connected. Yes. Or else move to the place that has an island that's named after you. Yes, that's the simple, quick way to have an island named after you. So this is downtown Juneau. If you come here on and you take a tour, 98% chance they're going to be driving this trip with you in a bus or the van or however they're going to get you there. This is the main drag. This is right here, this intersection. This is mile mark 0 for everything around Juneau. City Hall was right behind us, and if you're heading out to the Mendenhall Glacier, you go this way. If you're heading out to the heliports, you go this way. If you're going out to Costco and go shopping, pretty much the Die Pack Fish Hatchery, all sorts of stuff is out the road this way. Now, if you go to the Gold Mine Tour, that's down Thane Road in the other direction. If you're going gold panning, that goes up behind town. And if you're going over to see Douglas, well, I don't know of any tours that actually go to see Douglas. So we'll do a quick little drive through Douglas. You can see the old part. This flat part of town we're driving on right here, this is all mines, tailings that they pulled out of the mountains. It's rock that's the size of the size of your chest that are piled up down here, and then they let it sit for a long time because they were just trying to clear it out of the clear the overburden out from over the gold, and then they started building the town on top of it. The coastline is back where the edge of the mountain starts. This creek we just drove over, that's Gold Creek. It's channelized. It's just got concrete barriers on either side. There are salmon that pink salmon that spawn at the mouth of Gold Creek. I don't know where they get enough gravel to lay their eggs, but they keep coming back year after year, and I don't think that they are hatchery raised. But instead of going out towards the rest of town, I'm making a left turn on the only bridge across to Douglas Island. Right now, we're on mainland North America. You could, in theory, walk here to your home anywhere in North America without getting your feet wet, merely by following the ridge. Now, the reality is to get from here over the ridge, you're going to end up walking across ice because there's an ice field that almost touches ground on either side of the mainland, on either side. So you can walk from Juneau up towards Skagway and stay dry. No, it's not staying dry. You've got creeks and even rivers. You got a fjord, but you're on land rather than walking over ice. And maybe a couple of people have done that. It is rough terrain, and you're a lot better off on a kayak because it's just a nice, quick, easy kayak that way. Got to show it to you. There's our whale sculpture, life-size humpback whale. We really have whales. That's the guaranteed whale on all the tours. It's supposed to be a joke. You're supposed to be laughing, and it is a joke. And as a whale watching business owner, I shouldn't make that joke because you probably might take it seriously and worry about it. I don't even know if my drivers use that joke because it's just done in bad taste, but sometimes you can't take back what's already been said. So here we are. We drove across the bridge, Douglas Island. It's the only bridge. However, I have personally several times now walked across because at low tide, the mud flats further out the road are so at low tide you can walk right across. You do get wet, you do get muddy. It's just a nasty slog, but it's there if you want to do it. And you just saw me going around a roundabout. That's all fluting and new because they think it's better traffic flow, and it is. But we've got now maybe half a dozen. That was one of the first ones they put in, the first one I know of. And oh my goodness, it took a while before people realized if you're in the roundabout, you don't slow down. Oh, so this is the main drag to Douglas. So the gold was first discovered, and you know, I'm going to stop. That's what I'll do. I'll stop at the overlook. You'll get to see that. It's overlook where the ships come in, and then I'll take you and you can see the beautiful city of Juneau on the other side of the channel. You can see up in the mountains. It's a beautiful day. It's been sunny, patchy clouds all day. It rained heavily over the last couple of days, so there's still water pouring down all of the rivulets and all of the mountainside. And the history of Juneau is gold mining, and the history of Douglas here on the opposite side is also, or was, what is it? History was? Gotta be history is. History is that gold mining built Douglas just as much as it built Juneau. And missed my turn. Got looking around, but that's all right. Got a bus. This is the way you want to do it anyway. This is a beautiful little overlook. I need to come back here and chat for a while because it's just nice to see. Did you get to see it? Here we go. Out you come.